As a result of watching and understanding the following visual, you will be able to determine the adequacy of tumble dryer installation to minimize service and maintenance issues. The following topics will be covered in detail, as each one is important in understanding the requirements of tumble dryer installations. Implementing this information into your practices will result in lower operating costs, longer equipment life, and a superior user experience. The two most critical installation items are the exhaust vent work and the makeup air opening supplied to the tumble dryers. Before understanding how improper installation and environment can lead to poor tumble dryer performance, let's focus on some of the main components of the tumble dryer. The cylinder provides a tumbling action to the garments during the drying process. The cylinder is equipped with baffles that create more action to help lift moisture during the drying process. The fan motor creates airflow through the tumble dryer. The amount of airflow created by the fan must always be sustained. The airflow switch is a module on the rear of the cabinet that draws closed when the tumble dryer fan is running, and it opens when the fan stops. This verifies that the fan is running before the tumble dryer can continue the cycle. The thermistor is used as a sensor in the tumble dryer to provide an accurate numeric temperature value. It reads the temperature on the secondary side of the fan as the air is pushed out of the tumble dryer. Limit thermostats serve as safety components that are tripped if the temperature reaches a certain threshold during the drying process. Tumble dryers remove moisture from the load by the process of evaporation using a combination of airflow, heat, and tumbling action. After a cycle is selected and the tumble dryer is running, the tumble dryer control monitors the thermistor for the temperature. Based on what the thermistor reads, the control either turns the heat circuit on or off. As water evaporates, it lowers the temperature of the air. This has a heavy effect on what air temperature reading comes from the thermistor. Early in the cycle, the garments are more saturated with water, so heat on times will be extended to make up for the heat loss due to increased amounts of evaporation taking place. The fan pulls air in through the heating assembly, referred to as the stove, and heats the incoming air. The heated air moves through the rotating cylinder. The air then passes through the lint filter, exhaust fan, and is vented outdoors. Now that the drying process and airflow principles have been explained, let's examine the installation requirements for venting and makeup air so we can see how critical these are to tumble dryer performance. The primary task for venting is to move air out of the tumble dryer at the same pace it's being brought in by the fan. For maximum efficiency and performance, it's recommended that each tumble dryer be vented to the outdoors individually. On an individual vent, the overall length should not exceed 14 feet, and it should not have more than two 90-degree elbows. When individual venting is not an option, tumble dryers may be collectively vented into a manifold. However, it is very important to understand that manifold venting must be precisely designed and will likely require more maintenance. If the venting is insufficient, the airflow through the tumble dryer is decreased, and this leads to several problems with the tumble dryer's performance. Insufficient venting will accumulate back pressure while tumble dryers are running because the airflow is obstructed and not allowed to easily exit. Each model tumble dryer has a maximum allowable back pressure rating. If the back pressure rating is exceeded, it is more than likely that the tumble dryer will have service issues and/or excessive lint accumulation. This rating can be found on the warning label that is present on the rear of all tumble dryers. When it comes to diagnosing questionable vent work, a tool called a manometer is used to see if the maximum allowable back pressure is adequate. To monitor pressure, a 1/4 inch or 6 millimeter hole must be drilled into the vent work within 24 inches or 60 centimeters from the connection point on the tumble dryer. Note, when testing on a manifold vent system, all machines on the system must be running. When makeup air openings to the rear of the tumble dryers are insufficient, the tumble dryers will draw air from anywhere possible. This includes openings between other tumble dryers, through the control or coin drop, and the gap between the floor and the tumble dryer. A common visual result of a lack of makeup air is the accumulation of lint on the floor behind the tumble dryers that has been blown to the rear wall. Knowing whether or not you've got enough makeup air is simply understanding the math of what is required for makeup air opening per model installed in the facility. Review the installation requirements in regard to makeup air for each tumble dryer in the facility. This information is available in the installation manual and on the warning label sticker located on the rear of the tumble dryer. For example, a 30-pound stack tumble dryer requires 220 square inches, or 1,419 square centimeters, of makeup air opening in order to provide adequate airflow. If the laundromat had a total of 10 30-pound stack tumble dryers, then a total of 2,250 square inches, or 5,715 square centimeters, of makeup air opening would be needed. Although tumble dryers are designed to work in less than ideal conditions, adequate airflow is required in order for it to work at peak efficiency. Airflow is negatively impacted by improper ventilation and inadequate makeup air. If tumble dryers are not installed in a proper environment, they will not perform to their intended capabilities, and several problems could occur during operation. The negative impact of inadequate airflow results in higher maintenance costs, wasted energy, excessive lint buildup, increased cycle times resulting in negative customer experience, and potential garment damage.